All right, so welcome to the Majestic Unicorn Show, and this is our first author chat with your host, Dinzy Finzy, and my guests are all here. Would you like to introduce yourselves? Who wants to go first?
Sure, I'll go.
Okay.
I'm Daniel. I'm an author of dark fantasy romance in the area of Montreal, and a mom, and I also work in geeky IT stuff. Nice to meet you all.
Hello. Next up.
I am Caroline. I go by the author pseudonym C.H. Sheely. I live in North Carolina in the USA, and I am the author of the contemporary romantic series, the Nerd Girls series. And my biggest supporters are my husband, and we have an adorable cat, Groot, who likes to keep me distracted.
That's so cute. And then we have
Nicole Mullaney. I write contemporary Hallmark style romance, and I also do, I guess, TV and film and a script advisor, script supervisor, things like that, commercials. And I also do work, I do a lot of other things to do with books. So I do editing, formatting, advertising, things like that. And I am also Nikki Lamers, which is still my name. It's just Lamers is my birth name. And I say birth name because I'm adopted, just an explanation there. But Nikki Lamers is spicy, contemporary, new adult fiction and romance. And yeah, I guess that would be it.
all right, next up.
Annie Mick, author. We're doing this again.
Yeah.
Author of 10 books. Biggest supporter is my husband. One of 10 children. So I guess I've got support from my siblings. My mom is my biggest fan. My companion is usually my dog Bailey at my feet. Days are long, nights are short because the characters usually visit me in my dreams. And then they pop out onto the computer and speak to the world by the time I'm done.
Wow, awesome. And next up?
Yeah, sorry. My name is Wesley Parker. I write contemporary fiction and that sometimes dabbles in young adult. This is really based around like real life stuff with complicated characters and found family and coming of age. My biggest supporter, I mean, probably my mom. I guess I gotta update that now, right? I don't know.
Can
I have
still
a
be
lot
your
of
biggest
supporters.
supporter.
Yeah, yeah. And yeah, that's pretty much me. And I have
And
a
next
dark
up.
sense of humor. I'll just throw that out there.
My favorite kind of sense of humor. And next?
Me?
Yep.
I'm Ali Lee. I am from Far North Queensland in Australia. I'm very newly published, and I write predominantly paranormal romance. And otherwise, other than that, I have 5 really young children who are going to bust in here very soon. Get ready for 7 o'clock in the morning for us. Supposed to be getting up for school.
Oh wow. Okay, that's great. Nice to have you guys here. I'm really glad we're doing this. So this is unscripted, so you can say anything except weather and politics. Weather because of Annie, but that's just saying.
I'll I'll take the blame.
No, I'm joking. Here's a couple of questions that I have. Some of them are related to writing, some of them are not. This is the first question for everyone. It's not related to writing, but what is your favorite color?
Purple.
Oh, okay. Next up.
Definitely know that about you.
At least we have something in common. Okay, there we go.
Green.
Ah, another one in common. Cool.
Red.
Green.
Okay. Green.
I usually say green as well.
Yeah?
Red for me.
All right.
Actually, I'm going to say it depends on which of my sports teams is doing well. At that.
I relate.
Depends what sport teams you're talking about. Are you talking about football, basketball?
So like
He's
right
an
now,
Eagles fan.
yeah. So like clearly, but like right now the Flyers are doing well. So I guess today I can say orange. But
Right.
Philly season is starting in like a month, so it'll be red a month from now. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Cool. So this is writing related. Okay. What was the inspiration for writing books and creating stories that you did? So whoever wants to start first, and then we go around, and everyone can answer one, like
Alright.
that question.
I was in a job that was not treating me well, and
Okay.
discussed it with my husband, and he was like, "Quit and go write that book." And I was like, "What book?" And I had a crazy dream years ago that I told him about that took like 2 hours to describe. And he was like, "That should be a book. Go write it." And I was like, "You don't
Yeah.
just tell somebody to write a book. Like, this is not just, you know." And I was like, "Okay, fine. I'll see if I can do it." And I did. And I haven't stopped since. And I do it because I want to put something out there that I would enjoy. I use reading as an escape, as therapy.
Mhm.
So I try to put books out there in the hope that it'll give someone possibly the needed distraction that they're looking for, or let them escape their troubles for however long it takes them to read the book or a chapter, whatever time they have for it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's nice.
I actually love that because I mean, so I have a background in public health as well.
Mhm.
So I incorporate a lot of mental health issues as well as, physical health, issues, all kinds of stuff. And that's one of the things that, I always do too. It is. I feel like it's therapy. Get, like Annie says, get the voices out of your head too, right? But
Crazy.
Yeah.
we all hear them when you're writing.
You do.
You're constantly
Yeah.
thinking about stories, But yeah, I feel like it's therapy for, when you're writing. I like to incorporate different difficult issues, things that kind of develop the character, maybe hard to tackle, but other people might be dealing with, whether, they relate to the character or they don't. It's just, you usually can feel for them. And I love being able to try to pull those feelings out of people and feeling myself when I'm writing them too, It's, I could not, I have to write. It's like, it feels like I need to, whether it be for myself or or someone else, but I need to.
Yeah. I started writing. I was reading a lot of fantasy, paranormal, romance books, and I've always loved, vampires, werewolves, dragons, and those characters just popped into my head. And now I felt the need to tell their story in my secondary language, which is English, and now I tell the stories in the hopes of having readers go away from their routines and all the daily life's problems and just escape in another world. And I escape by writing, and also I'm still reading as well. Yeah.
That's amazing.
My very first one it actually originated from the song Run to Me by the Bee Gees.
Wow.
Oh,
Nice.
A lot of people think that's a romantic song, and it's not. It was for one of their daughters. And and it just developed on its own. I am a pantser, and I had written a letter to Barry Gibb. He was the last of the three. He signed the book for me and sent it back to me.
Wow.
And it is my treasure. It's in a safety deposit box.
Amazing.
My treasure. And it's about 3 kids that were dumped in an orphanage in Australia.
Wow.
And it's just, well, Nikki is very familiar with the book, but that is how that originated, and it grew into a series, and that's when I started writing.
Wow.
But yes,
Nice.
I have Barry Gibbs' autograph from that book.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing.
For me, it started, I was reading a lot, as we do. I go through periods where I'm just reading all the time, everyone else's work. I have to have 3 or 4 on the go all the time, or I feel weird. And I need to write. So because I'm different time zone to Nikki, she'll often wake up to me writing her messages.
Story ideas.
I know the
all
feeling.
the time. She does, and that's how ideas come about for me. I'll wake up and go, that should be a book, and I'll write it to Nikki so that I have someone else to talk about. But that's how it starts for me, usually.
That's great. That's amazing.
I find it really hard to open up about my emotions verbally. So writing is that I feel like I'm free to kind of process things that way. So that's what started most of my stories, and I usually choose a time frame of my life to give me something emotionally to pull from. So my second book, I wanted to explore foster care, because I feel like people don't know what it's like to be in that. They have all these different assumptions about it. So I wanted to write something like that. And then I struggled with fatherhood and stuff. So that was my first book. And really I find something that's gripping me emotionally, and just kind of work my way through it that way. And writing gives me that space to do it. I can change people's names, and I can really process events in life without feeling like I'm gonna piss off somebody in my family.
I actually started because of my dad. My dad and I shared the love of, reading and romance books, and we would read some of the same books. And so that's way back, as far as I can remember. I always, would read with my dad. So I actually published my first book, and my dad read it, but I never got to talk to him about that because he passed away, right after that. But yeah, so that's how I when I started, and then just never stopped. But and then with the Nicole Mullaney stuff, that actually the reason I started using my married name for my books as well, and separating them out, is because they are different audiences. But I started that because I was asked to help with I was asked how to write a Hallmark style story. So I actually wrote Dating Santa's Son, and this was 5-6 years ago, and I just came out with it this year. But then she was like, "Oh no, wait!" It was a Candy Cane, and then she was like, "Wait, I need something with this many characters, one location, and it needs to be centered around Christmas. What can we do?" So we that's how we started writing Nicole Mullaney in the first place. So.
Wow.
A little bit different.
So this one is non-author related. Okay. What's your breakfast go-to food? Anyone can go first.
And a coffee. Yeah.
Sorry, what was that?
Cinnamon raisin bread,
Oh.
butter, and then a coffee.
Wow. Interesting.
Well, it depends. If I'm in a hurry, I'll just eat some toast with peanut butter and I'll take my green tea with it. But if I have a lot of time, and I'll just go with eggs and avocado, some fruits, and do a nice breakfast.
Wow, that's really impressive. I feel hungry now, but yeah.
It's almost supper time, so for me, at least.
I'm a horrible breakfast eater. Mine consists of coffee.
Only coffee?
Me too.
Only coffee.
Yeah.
I second that. I mean, I might, like, if I stop at Dunkin' Donuts on the way to work, occasionally the apple fritter will call my name.
Oh.
But I'm diabetic, so like I try to like be good in the morning because that sets the tone for like the rest of the day. But like coffee is the one. But like I'm a coffee snob now too. Like that's it'll do that to you.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Oh, mochas. That's what it is. The Starbucks barista got me into cafe mochas.
Right.
And I was like, I hate you guys. Like I was doing fine with my $2.50 drink, and now you got me hooked on this one that's $6.
More expensive.
No,
yeah, that shit is terrible.
Yeah, I need my coffee in the morning, but I usually will do like a plain cereal and fresh fruit.
Okay, nice.
I don't have any time in the morning. But the one thing I will make time for is coffee, guys.
All right.
Always. Yeah, always.
Okay.
He has a feeling coffee is a writer's best friend.
Yeah. 100% true. So, all right, this is writing related, and it has something to do with your favorite author's book or, author friend or whatever. If you were to be one of the characters of someone else's story, which one would it be? Yes, I know, it's a complicated question.
That's so hard.
That's a
really,
Wes?
Either Harry Potter or Holden Caulfield from Catcher in the Rye.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll go with an indie author friend of mine. I would go into the Varillian saga, and I will be Syra, which is the heroine of the series. That's dark, epic fantasy world, and I just love her world, though I know it wouldn't be easy. There's a lot happening, but it would be fun for sure.
Wow.
Hmm.
Okay. Who else?
That's a loaded question.
I
I
know.
know. Really
I was
loaded.
sitting
One of
here,
them-
I'm like, okay, I have to think about the world that the character's in.
Yeah.
Is there a giant war going on? Is it post-apocalyptic? Like,
Take Winnie the Pooh. That's easy.
That's actually cute, though.
yeah.
It is. I love reading that to my kids. Though they're too old now, they don't care about it anymore. But
Yeah.
it was one of my favorite. Yeah,
Oh, I still love it. Who cares how
I
old you
still
are?
love it. Yeah.
But I don't like what they did with the horror movie Winnie the Pooh. I don't know if you've seen
Oh no, I didn't see that.
No,
I was
that's-
thinking the cute one.
it. Yeah. Shall I go with another
They
question?
did a
or you
horror
guys?
movie?
Yeah, they did
Ooh.
actually.
Yeah,
Ick.
because the copyright on Winnie the Pooh is over, so anyone can do whatever they want.
Yeah,
now.
I heard they're doing that to a lot of them. They're ruining. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
So, anyone else have a character they want to share?
No, because if it's out of a sexy book, then so many confessions that you can make.
Nah, you know what it
True.
is? Like, I read stuff that's like I read like a lot of memoirs and stuff like that, and it's like, I like the books. Like, I wouldn't want to be in that shit. Part of my
Yeah.
face, like,
That's true,
like of mice
right?
and like I love Of Mice and Men, right? I would not want to do that.
You don't
Like,
like
I'm reading right now Into the Wild, like about this guy who like
That's a great
gave
book.
up everything, and like went to the Alaskan wilderness, and I started watching a show that's like a family that does that. I'm like, I could not do this at all. Like,
Wow.
I got one time to use the bathroom in an outhouse. I'm like, bro, take me back to civilization.
I was raised on a farm. Come on, Wes.
That farming stuff for me in the 1800s when Lincoln Emancipation Proclamation, ain't no more farming around here.
Annie, Nicole, Allie, what about you guys?
That's seriously. Go ahead.
I'm rereading Fourth Wing right now, so I love that, and I love the romance part of it, and I was like, yeah, but then I don't like any of the stuff.
I'm blank. I can't.
I keep thinking of, stories I love or something like that, but I'm like, yeah, like Wes said, I wouldn't want to be in the middle of it, It's like
Right.
some of the stuff that they're going through is way too traumatic, or they're, like, even you go to some, or ghost, like some of the paranormal stuff, it's like you wouldn't want to be in the middle of that. You wouldn't want to, a lot of the stuff I just wouldn't want to be in the middle of, so I'm, wouldn't necessarily want to be the characters.
Like, I
So
was even
mean
thinking
to
of,
our
like, okay,
characters.
I was like, oh, well, like maybe Jane Austen. Then I was like, I would not want to be a woman back then. I would not.
Like,
No, thank you.
All of the stuff that we put our characters through, I wouldn't want to go through that,
So the best stories are the
end
ones the most
result.
traumatic.
Yeah.
I personally
The
avoid
end result
dramatic
is good.
stories
You don't
because,
want.
like, life is already pretty depressing, so I try to avoid them.
Yeah.
Try to keep my books from being too depressing. But every now and then you find a book that has that, like, that core feeling in it that, like, just hits you right in the gut.
Mm-hmm.
And it brings about the best release. But yeah, no, I would not want to have to experience that firsthand.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But your characters still go through, it's like
All kinds of
I feel
stuff.
like your characters go through stuff that, some of my characters do as well.
Mhm.
I've read everybody. I think about it. I don't think anybody's are.
Easy
Yeah,
going,
they all have
lucky.
stuff, which
There's
makes
always some level of drama.
what makes them good.
Exactly. How
Relatable.
boring would be a book that everything goes well and everything is perfect? The end.
Yeah.
That's not life. All right. So this one's another tough one. You ready for it?
Sure, bring it on.
Okay, it has something to do with your villains. Okay?
Okay.
So it's another tough question. So if you could give your villains an actual job, a normal job, in a normal, setting, what would it be? And how drastic would they end up being? Like, would they turn into, like, good people after the job, that kind of thing?
I would go with bodyguard for my vampire morally gray assassin. I think that he could be good to protect someone, especially if he cares about that person. And he could be nice, actually, and not be a villain.
That's nice. What about you, Nicole?
So I wasn't even thinking about Nicole, so.
Or Nikki. Go for Nikki then.
Yeah. Well, for Nikki, let's say with the Dreams Lost and Found, Jacqueline, she could actually do a few different jobs. I could see her being an actress, or she's definitely dramatic and things like that. I could see her doing a few different things like that, but I feel like to bring her down to earth, something like that would be good for her, because you would have to be going out in auditions and being able to you have to get used to hearing the words no when you are a performer. So that would be very good for her to be able to hear more often, for sure.
That's awesome. Allie, what about you?
Trying to think of what, like, I would try and give them an opposite job to what they've had before as a punishment. Sorry. And I was just thinking, like, what could I make them do? Like something that they would completely hate to do because they're the bad person in my book. But I have no idea. That's what I'm about.
As about a janitor's job or something.
Yeah, I have no idea. Like a garbage collector or something.
Yeah.
I'll give them a horrible. Yeah.
I really hate her villains, but I love them at the same time. So.
Right.
Annie?
A gardener.
Oh.
Damn. Yeah, that one.
Sorry, Wes.
What about you, Wes?
So this is a hard question for me because, like, I don't really have like villains in my novels in that sense. But in my second one, like, the main character did get bullied by like football players.
Yeah.
And so, like, I would say like fast food workers, because we all know those people that like peaked in high school, like they were the king of the world in high school, and then they might actually hang out still at your old high school and mess around with some of the girls from your high school. Like, they're steady trying to like relive those 4 years where, you know.
Yeah.
So that's the one I'm gonna go with.
Awesome. Caroline?
I think, so in my book Bonded, the villain, she's legitimately deluded. And, you know, I don't think there's an option to be like a full-time therapy patient. But she would be in a lot of therapy.
Wow.
But I also think I would make her like a park ranger, or someone that is in a position where they're surrounded by nature and constantly like in that like grounded atmosphere. You know? I think that would benefit her a lot.
Okay, cool. Here's another question. It's sort of book related. It's more reading related. Okay, which book did you read that you really felt wasn't good enough for your standards, and you felt like you could rewrite it for the author?
Damn.
I know.
That's terrible.
I know.
I don't think I can find one.
I mean, I feel like it, I don't know. I try not to be overly critical of other authors as an author, because you know what goes into the book.
Yeah.
We all live that life. We know it's...
Every book is different.
Exactly.
So, and, you know, there's different genres. And if I don't like this specific book, it doesn't mean that it's not good, you know? It just means that it's not to my liking. So I have rarely seen a book that I could really say is bad, you know? Like, it would need to be so badly written, you know? Like, with grammar typos everywhere and plot holes everywhere, and I don't think I've ever read one.
Okay.
I can think of some nonfiction books. Like, I read a lot of like memoirs and a lot of biographies, and like there's definitely room to like criticize those, because sometimes they don't cover a time in that person's life that you would really be interested in, like a rock star biography or something like that. It's like, oh, okay, you skipped over like all the stuff that made you human, and you know what I mean? So like, I can think of a couple like sports biography books I've read where I'm just like, like, he had a drug problem and we're just gonna act like those arrests didn't happen. So I think it's a lot easier with nonfiction, especially if it's something that you're into and that you're passionate about. Like, I've read so many books on like the Titanic, and it's like, okay, what if you, like, some of them just don't get stuff right, and it's like, bro, how?
Yeah.
Like, how do you have an entire publishing company behind you and miss that? Like,
important to like always remember we all start somewhere as well. Like, you know, when I look at some of my early stuff compared to what I'm doing now, it's so different. And we all start somewhere. So I try really hard not to, you know, think, oh, that's horrible. But I mean, there are things that grab your attention more than others. But all started somewhere. So, you know, I would hate to go back and look at some of the really early I did, honestly. I don't know. There's not many books that I can't not finish. I've had a few, but they were just drafts of things, but I wouldn't consider those the same.
Yeah. I feel the same way. I feel like everybody just has different tastes and different styles. And yeah, there's styles that aren't for me, or books that aren't necessarily for me, but that doesn't mean that they aren't for someone else. And I always try to look at that, and I always try to look at an author's style. And if there are things, you know, being an editor, some things I notice things in my head that, and if they want to hear back, I will, you know, definitely volunteer that. But otherwise, you know, I don't even mention that, you know, and I just stick to what I do like about it, because I know how much heart and work and everything, because it's not an easy thing to write a book, and what you do put into it, it's really so much of you. It just, you know how it feels, and you know, I don't understand how some authors or books or whatever can be attacked like that. It just doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
Yeah. All right. Here's Annie. Would you like to say something?
I think anyone that would carry an opinion like that and attack another author is cutting off their nose to spite their own face.
Wow, that's powerful. That's true.
Yeah.
Truly, because everyone, it's an individual thing. And like Nikki said, if you don't like it, I think it was Nikki, if you don't like it, put it away, you know?
Yeah.
And move on to the next.
Definitely. Like I do something, I never ever give anyone lower than a 3-star. You know, never. I never even said that I DNF'd it. I'd never give a bad review. I just give what I really enjoyed. I give them a 3-star because they actually made the chance, like did that thing, you know, and wrote the book and made the effort. But I never in my entire life, even if I didn't like it, I would put it away and maybe go back to it and reread it like with another mindset, which I did for a couple of books. Like I gave them another chance, but they still, you know, got the 3-star review kind of thing because I didn't resonate with it, but it resonated with other people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
I think that's why I never understand why you see the occasional, like, you'll be looking at a book, you'll be looking at the reviews, and you see like a 1-star review, and they'll be like, if I could give it 0, I'd give it 0. And I always sit there, and the first thing that pops in my mind is, how many books have you written? The person that's leaving the review, how many books have you written?
Great point.
How dare you? And even if you have, also still, how dare you? Because you know better. You know the effort that goes into creating a book, much less publishing it, regardless of whether it's indie published, because that's a ton of work that we take on ourselves, or we're a big publishing company, because that's its own battle.
Definitely. All right, here's a question about your books. So which one of your babies, which is your books basically, do you love and why?
Well, we love them all, right? I mean, otherwise we wouldn't have written them.
You mean which one do we love the most?
Yes.
There you go.
Well, the one I love the most is my latest one, Curse King.
It's a beautiful cover.
Thank you. I made it myself. And I do believe that, you know, with each book that we write, we get better and we improve and we grow as an author. So for me, at least, I always like my latest book better because it's the one that I feel like it's the best, you know.
Yeah.
do agree with you that there's like definitely a progression in your writing and your style and all that, and you have that you feel more confident about as you write and as you go. But I also think there's something to be said about the very first book you write, because that's such a huge accomplishment, and I feel like it takes such bravery and courage to be able to even release your first book. It's not an easy thing to do. And I commend every single person who ever does anything like that. I think it's amazing, because it's really not easy. And then anything that's like really personal, like I know Wes and I have talked about this before, because being adopted, my Dreams Lost and Found is about an adoption, and it took me a long time to write that book. The Dreams Lost and Found and Finding Home, they go together, but just because it was so hard, because it's so personal, because it's not about me, it's not my story, it has nothing to do with me, but since it has to do with adoption, I'm so close to the subject that it was so emotionally draining. That's also why I haven't written any more in that series yet. Eventually I will. But it is so emotionally draining that it's very difficult. And so I feel like, every single one of my books is a favorite, but I also think there's different reasons and different things that you're close to different books, if that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. I'm still waiting on more Dreams Lost and Found, series.
I know. Yeah. I'll get there sometime. I have them outlined. I just haven't written them.
Uh-huh.
I lean more where Nicole is. Like, it's really hard to pick one because I can remember like what went into each of one. Like my second one was written during COVID, like literally in the front seat of my car in a Starbucks parking lot, because that was the only Starbucks that had an open bathroom, The most recent one, probably just because like I was able to write a direct sequel and kind of a sequel to the first one too, without having to write a whole nother book. And that just came from like watching a lot of Marvel movies and how they cross over. And I just thought that was really cool. But like, I think the one that'll be out this summer is my favorite because it deals with my job now. And it's like, I feel like my work just continues to get more and more personal as I get more comfortable like sharing part of my life. So yeah, damn, that's a hard question. Because like it's literally like saying, well, like one of your kids, like, oh, which one's your favorite? And it's like,
right?
There is none.
Nah, we all have our favorites. We won't say it out loud. We have our favorite children. Like,
there's something special about each one.
Yeah, I just think that's the first one, because that one was just like you're really setting sail. Like you don't know how that shit's gonna turn out. You don't know if people are gonna like it. You don't know if people are gonna hate it. Like. And then when you're self-publishing, there's so much stuff that like nobody tells you. Like, I don't know why I thought like I could finish it and just upload like the PDF documents. Like, nah, it has to be formatted. Like, it's like all this shit. And it's like you need a cover, and then like you gotta mark it and set up a Goodreads account. It's like, bro, why can't people just find my shit and like talk to me about it? Like,
Yes.
It'd be so great.
Anyone else?
So, out of the Nerd Girl series,
Uh-huh.
and there are 5.
Oh, pretty.
I love the covers, by the way.
Thank you.
Brilliant.
I the glasses. When I showed them to one of my friends, she was like, "Are those thongs?" And then somebody else said they were sex things, and I was like, "Glasses."
Okay. Wow.
I love the way that people interpreted it. I was like all about it. But I think my favorite 2 are my third one, Bonded, and then my most recent one, Restored, because kind of combined, it's like the story of my husband and I. I took a lot of aspects from my personal life for all of the books, They're all obsessed with like different nerdy things and they all work in the STEM field. But like because I am so obsessed with a bunch of different things, whether it's Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings or Legend of Zelda, video games, manga, whatever it might be, I have little bits and pieces of that throughout all of them. But bonded is a friends to lovers, and then restored, the male protagonist is a surgeon. And so it kind of shows the trials of being with a surgeon and what that is like, because it is a major stressor.
I like that.
It's amazing. I really love the covers.
Thank you. I designed them myself because I couldn't afford to have anybody else do it.
But it's brilliant.
Exactly.
I have to say it was fun listening to everybody at Less Than Low Country standing next to you, because I kept hearing everybody that walked by would try to figure out, and you'd hear all these different guesses as everybody's walking by what they're.
Well, I thought it was obvious. They're glasses, and
It wasn't
like
obvious.
it fits with the series as well, you know?
Yeah. That's
I mean,
kind of like
I saw them as glasses first, you know, and then my friend's like, no, they look like fonts. And I'm like, no.
you have to like have glasses and wear glasses regularly. To really like, oh, it's a pair of glasses. Because if you don't, I can see how the mind would like, it's a Rorschach test basically. Like how dirty is your mind?
Yeah. Maybe you should, you know, add that as a, you know, slogan thing. How dirty is your mind with my cover?
My covers. Send me a message. Let me know what you saw.
What about you, Ali?
My book baby?
Yeah.
I can't imagine ever loving anything more than I love Anomaly right now. But then ask me after I've done another one, because Anomaly's my favorite forever at the moment. But ask me that later.
Yeah. Annie?
I love them all. Just had to review them all. Nikki should know this because of the PDFs and the EPUBs. But actually, it would be Manipulation 101 because it all went over honor and, you know, the code of ethics. And you just, I mean, it was pretty heart-wrenching.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
But I still have Barry Gibbs' autograph.
So that's your favorite as well, right?
It was my first. And, well, you do progress as you go on.
Yeah.
You do. Yeah. It's a
that
learning
first book
curve.
holds a special place. It does.
It does. It really does.
Okay. So if you had an actor playing your MC, who would it be?
Ooh, for which book?
Any of the books that you want to talk about. Like your latest book, for example.
Let me pull up my character in Pinterest boards because I think I've got it.
Ooh.
Well, so yeah. One of my books has been considered for a movie adaptation, so I can give you the name that I put in it. I chose Liam Hemsworth. That's a hard name to pronounce.
Hemsworth.
Well, yeah, I'm French, okay? So it's hard for me to pronounce.
I love your accent.
Thank you.
Your accent's amazing.
I chose him as a vampire prince in Age-Old Enemies, which is an enemies to lovers romance with vampires and werewolves.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Now, fingers crossed that the movie gets done, you know, and I can see him in the role. That would be great.
Annie?
I'm not a big TV person. I mean, that's a confession right there. I can't picture it.
Okay. So you don't have anyone in mind?
No, I don't.
All right. Ali?
I have no idea. I'm sorry. I was just walking around everyone. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure today I'll be casting it completely, but yeah.
Now, isn't that the truth?
Yeah, I will.
But
I'll have
wait.
everyone for you.
Shit. There's an actor named Mark Duplass. He and his brother, they do indie films. They did a film called like Safety Not Guaranteed, and he's the one I had in mind when I wrote like my first book. Just because I don't know, it just fit. Like he has that like scruffy, after 6 p.m. shadow beard thing that I felt like went well with the grieving process. Percy was a lot harder to think about. There's this kid. He's an actor, but he's deaf. He was in. I don't know if you guys saw like the adaptation of The Last of Us, the video game. But he's like a shorter, like black kid, and he's deaf, and like he just kind of captured that vibe of like innocence. Yeah, that's hard. It's like I'll know actors. I know like a lot of obscure ones.
Yeah.
So like I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, Denzel Washington should play it.
He'll be a good Percy.
Yeah, that if he's still in high school, that's not something very wrong.
That's why I'm laughing.
It's hard when you pick an actor because it's like cliche. Like you say, like Michael B. Jordan, and it's like everybody's him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh, and I don't put. It's hard to answer that because I don't put ethnicity on my characters either.
Yeah.
So it's like
which I like that. I think you do it so creatively how you do it too.
Thank
That's
you.
true. So, one last question before we, end this. You have the chance to go back in time and rewrite your first book. What would you change? And if not, why? I know the questions are hard.
Damn, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't think I would. I mean, I've re-edited it, so I have, because I noticed that there were some differences, and I came out with new covers and added some new content since it came out, but nothing crazy, just like small little things. And I think that's really all. The story itself, I wouldn't want to change it, just because I feel like that started it all for me, and that's really what brought everything else on, the rest of the series, the characters, it all builds from that. So I can't imagine changing that, because then everything changes. And I like where it is, put it that way.
Wow. Okay. Nice.
I think I would have to agree. I don't know that I would change anything, because it was, where I proved that I could do it to myself. Like I proved that I could write a book. I did it.
Yeah.
And I don't know that I would really change anything with it. Besides like, my life circumstances of like maybe being able to afford a professional editor instead of having like 17 people edit it.
which is why mine was re-edited, but a couple years ago. Because exactly, you're having tons of people edit to try to help.
Yeah. Okay. Annie?
No, I don't think I'd change anything. I am the one thing I do when I write is try so hard to keep things going all the way through, because there are so many books that how do I say this? Repeat thoughts. And fill. They just, it's like they're going for page count. And I will get to chapter 6 and it's like, wait a minute, you did that in chapter 2. And then you get to chapter 15 and it's like, didn't you tell me that in chapter 6? And then you get to chapter 20. Wait a minute, I read that in chapter 2, 6, and 10. And it's repeat thoughts. And I hate that. I just hate that. So I try to keep things rolling where it's not repetitive thoughts from the author or the character, I should say. So no, I have always very carefully not done that. So I guess I wouldn't change anything.
All right. What about you, Wes?
Keep the ball rolling.
I'm with everybody else. Like, I wouldn't change anything, and it's not because like I think like my story's perfect or anything like that. It's more like when you're writing your first book, there's something like I think it's the last like real pure piece of writing you'll do because you have no idea what the hell is going on, and you're just I mean, you don't know if you're gonna publish it, you don't know if people are gonna read it, if they're gonna like you're literally just flying blind and you're just throwing stuff. Like there's a chapter in my first book where it's like a dream chapter. Like I wouldn't do that shit now, but at the time it was like nobody's gonna read this shit anyway, so you know. And I think there's something like so like pure and innocent about sitting down to write that first book, and while dealing with like regular life stuff too. It's not like we don't have jobs or kids or something, you know what I mean? And so now like the fact that you banged it out and you did it, like I don't care what it came off as. Like I wrote a book, and there's not many people like I said, there's so many people that how many times have you said to someone like that you're a writer and they're like, oh, I have an idea for a book, and they never do it. Like we actually put pen to paper and did it. So, you know, it's the first one. Like, I don't know, like it takes time to get where you want to be, but like I love like that. I wish I could go back and have that feeling again.
Yeah.
Because now you know the process, you know, all right, gotta get edited and I gotta get it formatted and I gotta get a cover in it. But like that first time is literally just you and your story, and you're trying to figure out how to get it to the finish line. Like it's like one of the most exhilarating things you can ever do.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You never forget that feeling of like being so excited and so simultaneously terrified and sick to your stomach right before you hit publish.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Like your heart is in your throat. You don't feel like you can get your breath. And you know that there's like a lead up typically before it actually goes live. But that it's like that whole time period is like one massive panic attack.
So mine's released on accident.
Oh no.
Yeah, so like so here's the thing, when you're publishing like through Amazon, you can do a pre-order for digital, but physical you can't, and nobody told me that shit. So I wake up one morning to an email like, congratulations, you published, and I'm like, what? And so like I go on, and like the physical was available, and like my first instinct was to take it down, but then I was like, you know what, like it's out, people are gonna, okay, if it's a week earlier than the digital, like who cares, like the book is out. And then like, you know, I don't know, like yeah, that's just crazy. Like the self-publishing thing is crazy, but it's fun, like because nobody can tell you what to write. Nobody can tell you how to write your story. Nobody can tell you to take, like, that to me is worth more than any like pitch or query. Like, you know, I get to literally write the books that I want to write. I get to take the characters where I want to take them. I don't have to, you know, it's bad enough that if you write within a genre, you have all those rules that I think are stupid within the genre. So like any little piece that, because when you start writing a story and then you put it out, like the minute you hit publish, that story is not yours anymore. It's the world's.
Exactly. Exactly.
And so like the goal is to try to control as much of it as I can it's like it's no different than when you have children. And I didn't make that connection until my oldest went to kindergarten, and I dropped him off the first day. I'm like, this is literally like my characters. Like, you create them, right? Just like you create a child, and while you're writing the book, that is infancy, where you are responsible for every part of that child's well-being. And then there comes a point where you have to put them out in the world and realize that they live their own life. It's no different than with the characters we create. Like, we guide them, we're there, shit goes off course, but once you hit publish, like, they're out in the world, they're their own people, and you can just only hope that you did right by them.
Yeah,
I agree.
that's true.
That's my
why we call
profound
them our
thought for the year.
babies.
Our babies, all of us are
Yes.
babies.
Yeah.
All
I didn't
right.
mean to get philosophical. Come back in 2025 and I'll have another thought.
No worries. That's amazing. That's amazing. It's really nice to hear from all of you. And thank you for all joining us here. And thank you for being here. But yeah, this has come to the end of the author talk. We will have another one, hopefully soon, maybe next month, where we can schedule one with everyone at their, convenient time, obviously. But thanks a lot for being here, and have a great night.
Thank you.
Or day.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Stay healthy. Nice to meet you all.
You too. Take care. Bye,
It's nice to
guys.
see everybody.
Bye-bye.